Arizona?
I couldn't be happier. I knew what I was going to get coming here, and being reunited with Adonis Guzman, which was a former teammate of mine, and Kevin Vance, and also previously working with John as well. So I couldn't be happier.
Did you work with John in one of the lab settings or whatever?
Yes, I did. I did during my sophomore year.
Okay.
Had you already transferred to Indiana when Vance got hired here, or what was the order of those?
Yeah, I knew where I was going to go before Vance had made his decision.
Okay. Had it been another way around and you were maybe still in the portal, could you have possibly seen yourself out here?
Potentially. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with the decisions I made.
Sure. But when it came to going back in the portal, was Arizona just felt like a natural because you knew the quantities here?
Yeah. When Vance reached out, I had followed along with Arizona and what he was doing here, and I knew I wanted to be a part of that. So when he reached out, I knew that I was definitely going to make it on campus.
Has he changed since his BC days? I know there's a lot of technology that he has at his fingertips here that, I don't know, maybe he might not have had back then. He's also talked about learning and growing as a coach.
Yeah, 100%. Kevin Vance is the man. I loved him when I was a freshman, sophomore at Boston College, and I had the opportunity to be coached by him. Here we have so many resources and a pitching lab and all the latest data and technology you can imagine. So it helps him communicate what he knows even better.
You obviously haven't been around the ASU-Arizona rivalry too much, so what's the mentality heading into this matchup?
Yeah, the same as it is every weekend. I know this is a big weekend for us, and we're just excited to go out there and compete and treat it like every other weekend.
What do you remember about pitching against Arizona last year?
I remember hitting Guerin in the face, so I remember that. I remember not doing too well.
Yeah. Did Guerin present you with like a dental bill or any? Have there been any sort of jokes when you joined the team or anything?
No, but it was definitely when he had mentioned it. I was like, I got the flashback. I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry about that. But we're good. We're good in the locker room.
A lot of times when relievers come into the game in high leverage situations, there's a lot of adrenaline and so forth. When there's a big crowd or a lively crowd like you had at West Virginia, or they're going to be huge crowds at ASU, how does that impact the way you approach things?
It doesn't change anything. So we try and take everything one pitch at a time and go from there, regardless of the crowd, regardless of who we're playing. They're all Bernard is what we say.
Right. Do you ever have to guard against kind of overthrowing if you're kind of all juiced up?
It's just about taking a deep breath and taking it one pitch at a time.
How have you developed your mix to try to get hitters out?
Well, since I've been here, all my stuff has gotten significantly better. Fastball, curveball, added a new slider, and attacking hitters with that and knowing what my strengths are and what hitters' weaknesses might be and attacking that.
So what are you getting most of your strikeouts with? Is it the slider that's been the most effective?
Sometimes. Usually it's the curveball or the heater. It's a pretty good mix of all three pitches.
What is the difference between the slider and the curveball in terms of velo and shape?
The slider is a little bit harder than the curveball, and it doesn't move as much. It kind of it's called a gyro is the technical term, which means it just kind of has this bullet spin, which is a little bit harder to pick up, and then the curveball has more depth to it.
How would you say Vance's philosophy has evolved, I guess, since you first became aware of it in Boston?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is routine, keeping our routine, knowing exactly what we need to do when we show up to the field every single day, and keeping that the same regardless of what the results are, regardless of the highs and lows of the game. Just sticking to the routine and attacking our process one pitch at a time.
So I have to know, a pound of ground beef every morning. Can you explain this routine, and is it different forms that you eat it, or?
I'm pretty basic when it comes to cooking, and this year, being my last year as a senior, I knew I needed to gain some weight, so I decided to hit the kitchen and start with a pound of ground beef every morning, and slowly, kept working that up and eating that. But usually it's sweet potatoes, ground beef, and that's my breakfast every morning.
Nothing else with it? No egg? No.
No,
So
that's it.
How do you make it?
How do I make it? I bake the sweet potatoes, and then I cook the ground beef, and I mix it together, put some honey in it. It's pretty good.
Have you gotten anyone here to try it?
Yeah. I got a few teammates that are in on it.
Who are you rooming with?
My roommates are Owen Kromkowski and Bryce McKnight.
Okay. Owen's had a pretty good sophomore season here. What have you seen?
Yeah,
out
it's
of him?
been unbelievable. Seeing what he did freshman year and what he's done now, he's taken a huge jump. Looks really good.
You should get him to eat that. That puts some weight on him.
Yeah,
He needs it.
yeah, maybe.
You claim in your bio to have the best jump shot in New England. Is this accurate?
It's
Still?
very accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. Were
I
you a
still
good
hold.
high school basketball player?
I was average. Played JV, but I still had a really good jump shot. So
Yeah.
that's what's important.
You're an East Coast kid. How has it been transitioning to moving out west?
It's been awesome. I love it. The weather's unbelievable. Being able to play on a baseball field, every single day is like a dream come true, especially being in the East Coast when it's freezing cold and you're playing games in the snow. And so it's awesome. I love it here.
The pitching staff as a whole did extremely well on the homestand that you guys had, and there's been a little bit of a drop off since then. What are some of the things that you guys are talking about or working on to kind of get back to where you were?
The biggest thing is turning the page, regardless of what happens. If we don't execute as many pitches as we want to, or we don't have the success on the field that we want to, you kind of just have to turn the page and stick to your process and trust the process and trust the script.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Julian.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
of course. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.